Good morning, day 10. Well, sometimes you're only talking to the camera, you lose your voice. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Got up this morning and heard a little splish splash. So I went to the water and there was a little young, looked pretty young, not very big, little beaver down by the bank chomping on some some twigs and leaves there. Yeah, it was a good night. No rain or anything like that. Tons of bugs though. So yeah, I had a fire for a bit just because of that, but even that didn't seem to dampen their spirits. So yeah, it was a good camp. I had to camp there. We're just passing the confluence of the Selwyn River. It's really not much more than a creek. I thought it was a major river, but obviously not. There's no wind right now, so I'm hopeful, and also a little bit of wisps of forest fire smoke in the air. So I guess that's good because it was blowing in my face all the way yesterday and there was no smell of smoke. Now it's not blowing that way. So wherever I'm going, it doesn't seem like there's forest fires. So that's one thing I don't have to deal with. So last night's plan was a good one. I'm just sitting here drifting. And I'm already, just by sitting here, I'm already going as fast as my fastest yesterday with paddling. So I'll add some paddling and I'll go even faster. As they say in jiu-jitsu, don't force a position or submission. Something will come. And look what's come. Just amazing. I'm not a geology nut, but you have to appreciate the beauty of this. Well, just finishing off a massive bend in the river, about 10-15 kilometers, just a gradual turn. Very wide, not a whole lot of islands or braids. I'm so lucky to be here. This land is so big, except for that kayak guy. I haven't seen anyone since Fort Selkirk, so like hundreds of kilometers I could be the only one around here. But yeah, it's we are so lucky to have this. Places like this that we can go to. That is so big. And yeah, not for sale. Just endless, these bluffs and cliffs. 300-400 feet high. Past Britannia Creek. And it said there was a barge landing there, and sure enough, there was a barge. But it looks like probably a fuel hauler. It's not very big, but you can see that there's a road going in back there, so it's probably for resource extraction of some kind. So some kind of mine back there. I'll have to look into that. Turned into a warm day, sunny, very slight breeze behind me, not in front of me, so that's good. And yeah, taking all my medium layers off. Usually don't get to do that till like 1 or 2 o'clock when it gets warm, but it's already warm. Well, this is pretty cool. It's like a big river barge coming up stream. Sure is noisy. Well, we got the headwind back. Not as bad as yesterday, but it is building. It's a little later in the day, so that's not so bad. We're coming up on Kirkman Creek. Probably go check that out. See where we're at with the wind. Well, unfortunately, Kirkman Creek is not going to work out. It's getting late in the day. The wind is getting up. And I can't find a place to camp. I've never had this problem before. Well, still looking. This is aggravating. And because the water is so high, but it's not high enough to get to the high banks, so you can't really get up there, but it's not low enough to find a sandbar. All the low stuff is marshes or full of willows, and of the sandbars that you can see, it's all like giant gravel. So I guess I could sleep on rocks if I have to, but I really don't want to. Yeah, I've gone 3 hours longer than over 3 hours longer than I wanted to. I know some guys do 10-hour, 12-hour days. That ain't me. For sure, I am bushed. So I gotta find something soon. Well, this is gonna have to do for night 10. Way less than ideal. I'm on the tip of an island in the middle of the river. There's less rocks and more sand here, but also lots of mud. There's nothing in the bushes there except for thick. Can't get through any of that stuff, all the willows there. Gonna be pretty Spartan. I'm just gonna crawl in. The only downside really is I try to put the tent in where there's trees, because if the sun's on the tent, I can't sleep for sure. So, although today I could probably sleep. Just about 8 o'clock. Interestingly, that is a helipad. The helicopter just flew off of there. I debated about going over there, but I had all my stuff unloaded and I can't camp on a helipad. What if they need to land on it? That's where we're at. We'll check in the morning. Good morning, day 11. Got through night 10. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Not quite so buggy. Mind you, I was mostly in my tent. As soon as I ate, I just scrambled in there and went to bed pretty early. Didn't really get to sleep, but that's okay. I was resting my back. I am sore, feeling it today, that's for sure. Did 90K yesterday, so that's pretty good though. And yeah, we're on our way moving again. Well, I caught up with the European kayak guy. He's just getting up. His camp looks very similar to mine. Maybe a little better. Coming up on the White River. Just around that bend, I believe. I think the White River comes in from the left. Huge mess of channels and grades and like a big delta coming from the White River. White River. Man, good thing I'm not on that river. I would not be able to say it half the time, or maybe all the time. Yeah, so the White River, I know there's a White Pass. Like that was one of the two passes that they took overland from the ocean in Alaska to get the headwaters of the Yukon to get up here for the gold rush. Does the White River come from the White Pass? One would think so, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, that is substantial. All kinds of channels coming in. I don't see any flowing, or at least not very much. So not the main channel, but that's a vast delta and valley. Very wide. I'll give you an over the shoulder view of the White River coming in. I have to keep the nose right into the wind or I get blown around in circles. So yeah, the wind, she's back. I'm still making progress. So the current must be taking me a bit, but the hardest part is just keeping my nose into the wind. If I had more weight in the front, it would probably help. I do have all my heavy packs up there as it is, but I'm a heavy guy, so short of putting a 100-pound rock up there, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Fortunately, my direction is into the wind. So I'm heading where I'm supposed to head with the wind, just against it. You can see it's really hazy with smoke over in the distance there. Yeah, I can sure smell it. I'm heading right northeast now. I think that's the end of the western travel. Of course, it seems like we got a northeast wind, or wind from the northeast, because that's the way we're going, and that's the way paddling works. But the river is big, wide, and braided. Whoa, this is just sick. Holy cow. It's taken all my effort just to keep pointed upwind. Moving along at a snail's pace. But we are moving. Got some peregrines up here. Looks like a pair. They're probably nesting. I don't know if you can see them. I'm gonna get spun around though. Oh, I wish I could stay and have a look. They are not happy that I'm here. They typically look for these cliff faces to nest in the northern climates. Well, the wind's taken a little bit of a break. Can't say I'm disappointed with that. And I think to my right here is where the Stewart River comes in. Not 100% sure. It's really hard to keep track with all the sandbars that probably aren't visible right now, and islands and braids and channels. But I think that's the Stewart River. They had a up on this island on the right somewhere. They had thought that this would be the next Dawson City, or to rival Dawson City. So there's a lot of gold rushers that went up the Stewart River as well, looking for gold. So there was a lot of action in this area. I'm gonna also try to keep my eyes open because there's a lot of probably artifacts in here, but the river's so big and wide. Like, unless I'm right near the shore where there's something, I'm gonna miss it. And I'm getting onto a shoal here. Damn it. This is not good. Okay, I'm gonna have to wade. Sorry about that. I should have kept the camera rolling. my cursing and fear and anxiety and all the crunching of the rocks on my wooden canoe. Oh well, that's what it's built for. Not for rocks, but to get out here. As I was saying, I'm pretty sure this is part of the Stewart River coming in here. There's a couple other channels that come in down. So there's gold up there as well. Didn't pan out though. Get it? Didn't pan out. Oh, slay me. It's hard to know what's going to get edited out, what's going to stay. I didn't get to talk about the peregrines. Yeah, the wind was right in my face and the water was flowing against that cliff face. So it was no place where I could stop. I would have no control, probably bashed onto the rocks. But yeah, peregrines, awesome. They usually nest up north, in the north, and they look for cliffs just like that. So they fly a long ways for nesting. And great hunters. I extended an invitation for them to come to our house because there's pigeons all over the place, big fat ones, and they would love them. So I invited them over for dinner, or even like Thanksgiving, whatever the peregrines do for celebrating. And I'm sure Cindy would love to see them too. She does not like the pigeons. Look at this water now. Looks like a double-double. It is so silty. And I don't know if the GoPro's gonna pick it up, but you can hear the silt and sand on the hull. It's crazy. It's like radio static. So the wind has thankfully stopped for now. This part is about as narrow as the river has been getting. All the braids and channels kind of funnel into this, but after that it opens right back up again, and there's braids and channels everywhere. So massive river, like a kilometer across at the narrow point, but it's moving pretty good. I was still moving forward in all that wind, not as speedy as it was higher up, but I'll take what I can get. It's just lunchtime now and the wind stopped. Usually it picks up in the afternoon. So the Yukon is always changing. Never does what you expect it to do. Of course, it could be just taking a break. We shall see. So just doing another non-shore lunch. The drifting lunch. Because I'm comfortable. And why not? Every minute I drift, I get a new view of something. That's amazing. This is a different kind of feature. These yellowish rock domes. There's 3 of them. Just something a little different. If it was sunny out, I bet they'd just be brilliant yellow. Yeah, I've never been much for geology, but when you're here, yeah, you definitely think about it, because it's so, it's right there, it's in your face. Coming up on 60 Mile River. Anyway, it doesn't look like a huge river, but we'll go check it out. So here's the dilemma. I have made my distance that I wanted to do today. I'm at 60 Mile River, or just past it. Nothing earth-shattering or even great for camping over there. There's got to be somewhere though, because this is supposed to be a common spot. But a little past there, I found this landing and a bit of a road. So the good thing about it is there's a level spot and it's open, and that's kind of all I really need. Is this road private? Is it used for resource stuff or commercial stuff? It's Friday afternoon, so I haven't heard any machinery. I don't know that anyone's going to be coming down or not, but what I might do is I might hike up top. So you can see it's just kind of a landing that they make, and then the barge comes in and offloads whatever. And there's a bit of a road here that they've made, and it goes up into the hill. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll hike up there and see if it's a cabin or something like that. Yep, that is 2 paddle boarders. They're from the Czech Republic, so they're a little hard to understand, but man, I feel like nothing. Like they hardly have, well, basically backpacking gear, I guess. I guess you could do it, but the amount of stuff that I bring, struggling with my giant canoe, and then you have these people just going super lightweight, and they're killing it. It's pretty cool. They must have at least started at Carmax or even before Carmax. Like, there's no other way to get on to this part of the river. They're going the same amount of time as me. Perspective. Maybe I should lighten my gear, because look at all of this. Look at all of this. All of this. I like to bring it, but sure slows you down. Yeah, morning of day 12. Bit of rain last night. It looks kind of clear behind me. But yeah, there's a big mist on the river. Yeah, it was a decent place to camp. It worked out fine for my needs. The other thing is, I made a calculation error with navigation, and this should be the last day. Get turned around here. So unless something catastrophic happens, we should make Dawson. There's lots to see between here and there though, so as long as this mist burns off, which it should. I can see blue sky above. No wind yet. A little bit of smoke haze still. But what a great day in those cliffs. Galena Creek, I've seen a lot of reports and videos, although maybe they're dated, saying that that's a potential camp spot, but there's definitely not. It's got a pretty unwelcoming sign. It actually says not welcome. So no camping there at Galena Creek if you're thinking of that one. But yeah, it's a very nice day. It's my last day of this. I couldn't ask for better. It's clear, there's no wind. It's great. I'm gonna stop here and put up the drone because Dawson, they fly float planes right onto the river beside the town. So it won't be a fly zone for sure. So I want to get some parting drone shots, and I will put it up here and get some. But I can hear the river barge downriver. You can't see it though, but it's down there somewhere. I can hear it churning its way up here. There he be. working on a Saturday. Yeah, it's very much a working or a land where people live. Remote, yes. Wilderness, yeah, questionable. But there's not a lot of recreation. There's some paddlers like myself. Yeah, if this was down south, like there'd be speedboats all over the place and fishing and all kinds of stuff. Although the fishing probably can't be very good if it's this muddy, but it's just an interesting way of life. There's people around, but they're not visible, and they're not many. But obviously they got stuff going on. This looks like a work trailer that he's hauling, probably for some sort of mining operation. People just making a living doing what they do. Appreciate it, all of them. If they don't mind for the minerals, and we don't get stuff made to take us on trips like this. Probably looking at those. Coming up to the last few bends, and I can see houses and cabins coming up. Well, the trip is winding down. I'm just about in Dawson. The weather is unreal. Finally in shirt sleeves, or short sleeves. What do they call it, shirt sleeves? It's short sleeves. Finally in short sleeves. Bittersweet for sure, because I love it up here. This is an amazing country. Yeah, some adversity. There's people still here and there, but it's worth it. The land is so big, just raw. I hear this a lot, like I want to keep going and I don't want the trip to end. And a little bit of me is like that, but also at the same time, I came and I got what I needed. I reached my goal. I paddled to Dawson City, which is what I wanted to do. I experienced almost every, I can't say I experienced everything because that's probably not true, but every day was different. The Yukon showed me something different every day. truly an adventure for me. And would I do it again? Absolutely. Do I want to keep doing it now? Probably not. I am content, and I'm happy to end the trip and head home with my memories. And hopefully I make a good job of displaying those memories and you like it too. But yeah, it's time to be done, and I'm good with that, because there's always another adventure. There's always something else. It could be a paddling trip, another paddling trip. It could be something else, and that's the same with you. You could be a paddler or something else. You always have an adventure in store for you as well. So cherish the ones you have and plan for the next one. This was simply an amazing trip. It was by far the longest and furthest I've ever done. I feel the North will always call me back, especially the Yukon. And I also appreciate everyone that took time to like and subscribe. It keeps me motivated to do more. And if you're new here, check on some of my older past adventures and stay subscribed. There will be more. Keep doing your thing too. I hope you enjoyed watching these videos. I enjoy making them, so I'll keep making more if you like them. Yeah. Yukon 2025. You're a wrap.